Hello everyone! I thought that a Q&A was pretty long overdue. I think it's been over a year and a half since my previous one. I did ask my YouTube community page and also on my Instagram story to shoot me some questions, and I have a couple interesting ones that I wanted to answer today while I get ready for the day, even though I have no plans and it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. First, my hair right now is super fluffy because I just took a shower. I like to kind of rope braid my hair so that while it dries, I'll get some heatless curls happening. The timing of this video is a little bit odd because I'm filming this in present day, but my vlogs are currently like 3 months behind. There are a lot of new life updates that maybe if you do not follow me on my other social channels, you might not know. So if you're confused about some of these questions and life updates that you are not aware of yet, it's because they will be coming soon in a vlog eventually. Where is your honeymoon? We have not planned a honeymoon yet because I can't imagine trying to do that while you're wedding planning. Also, I'm just kind of looking forward to normal, regular life at home without having to plan for some huge event. We just want to take it slow. We'll see where, when we end up going. Please tell the skincare routine to keep that bridal glow on your special day. It's funny you ask because I actually was breaking out like crazy right before the wedding. If you saw my Instagram story, I was really stressed out, I guess. I was also about to be on my period, and so I had hormonal acne, I had stress acne. I was breaking out so badly. One of the worst conditions my skin has been in like years was a week before the wedding, and I just had so much texture. Thankfully, I actually was able to fix it pretty quickly, and I think I found some of my holy grail skincare products for that. I would use the Murad spot treatment for maybe a day or two, and it actually cleared up my acne so fast. It just dries them up. But then afterwards, I had the issue of my skin being too dry and my skin started peeling here, and so I started to focus a lot on just moisturizing it because I didn't want any of that texture to show through the foundation. I went in with my La Roche-Posay Cica Balm thing. It's like this really thick moisturizer that just heals your skin really quickly. In the mornings, I would use a vitamin C serum so that I could just get rid of any dark spots that I had from the acne scars. And because I don't have like the crazy hormonal acne right now, I don't do the whole spot treatment and Cica Balm thing anymore, but I do use a vitamin C serum every morning. And one of my favorites is from Goodall. I've talked about this before on this channel. And that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, Goodall. This here is my third bottle. I just got a new one recently, and this is one of my favorite vitamin C serums because it's so good for sensitive skin. I've been using this on and off for the last couple months. I'll try to insert some before and after photos, especially my before photo before the wedding week. My skin was literally terrible, and if you notice now, there is just no more inflammation, no more dark spots. After I get my hormonal acne, my acne scars linger on my skin for a long time, and so this does a really good job of speeding up that process. The reviews on this is amazing. This is actually the #2 best-selling facial serum on Amazon Prime Day. It has a lot of great brightening ingredients. It's actually made out of 70% green tangerine extract, and it also has a lot of calming ingredients, which is why it's good for sensitive skin. It has things like tiger grass, so it helps with any inflammation, and it also soothes your skin and hydrates it. I think one of the main reasons I'm always reaching for this bottle is that I do notice a difference with my dark spots, and also it's just so good for sensitive skin. It's so gentle, and I think that's not really common in a lot of the different vitamin C serums that I've tried in the past. So definitely highly recommend. If you guys are interested, I'll have more information down below, and you can just shop this on Amazon. I'm going to start off with this e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I think this is the one that's supposed to be a Charlotte Tilbury dupe, and I've never used this before. It's my first time. I also don't have a mirror, and so I'm kind of just using my camera viewfinder. This is interesting. Best part of the wedding and what you regret doing. I don't have too many regrets. The wedding day was honestly so perfect. I had such a blast. It was one of the best days of my life. One of the best parts of the wedding day was just I don't know, all of the emotions. I was so happy all day, just like being with all my friends, my family. I think we had a lot of really tender, emotional, sentimental moments. I was doing my father-daughter dance. I cried a lot. My sister's maid of honor speech was really good. Paul and I had lots of sentimental moments that I really cherish and remember, and I'm glad we added those like personal elements to it, and I feel like I was really present the whole day. I think I had a really great vendor team. When you're choosing your vendors, obviously the end product is really important. Like you want good pictures and a high quality video and really pretty florals, right? But I think the process is also really important. Like I enjoyed their vibe, and I think having like a good photographer and videographer that is making you have a good time also results in better product, you know? So really happy with the vendors that I chose. One of the best decisions that I made for my wedding day was that I really loved my reception dress. I thrifted that dress like 2-3 years ago at a Goodwill for $12, and I thought it was really unique. I decided to go with that dress like 2 weeks before the wedding. I got it altered like 2 days before the wedding. And I think a lot of the things that I thought I would regret ended up being perfect. Like for example, I was starting to get wedding dress regret, which I think is really normal for brides. So if you're a bride and you are having second thoughts about your wedding dress, completely fine. The day you choose it, it's perfect, and then you choose it like 6-7 months before your wedding day, and then during those 6-7 months you don't see your wedding dress, and then you're on TikTok and Instagram and you see all of these beautiful dresses and you think, oh, maybe I should have done this, or maybe I should have gone with a dress like this, and you start kind of second guessing your choice. And I was doing the exact same thing, but when it came back to my wedding day and I tried on my dress and it was altered to fit me perfectly, and I had my hair done and my makeup done and everything was just perfect, and I don't regret my dress at all. Wedding day regrets. I have a few regrets, not a big deal, but one was that I completely forgot about my veil. I did my bridal entrance and everything without my veil, and then once I got there I realized I didn't have it, and I remember looking over to my sister during like our praise song, and I was like, my veil. So she actually went to the bridal suite and got it for me and like put it on while the ceremony was going on. I had this really stunning veil that I was really excited to wear, and I wish I had more photos of it. Paul and I took our photos together and I didn't wear my veil in any of those. I'm glad I remembered it early into the ceremony so that my sister could put it on me, and I have a couple photos of it there, but I literally wore it for maybe 20 minutes. I'd say another regret is that I really wanted to save costs where we could, and so there were a lot of things that I opted not to do that would have made our lives a lot easier. For example, with my glassware and flatware rentals, I figured that I would be able to pick them up ourselves because we were already down in San Diego earlier, and then I would just pay to get them picked up at the venue after the wedding. But I wish I just paid the extra like $200 to get everything delivered to the venue and out, because it was such a hassle to try to move everything, and it was harder than I had anticipated. If I were to do this again, I would definitely spend the money and pay people for services to help run the wedding day more smoothly. Also, I just used my concealer. I was gonna use foundation, but I think this is, you can just wear this on its own and it has pretty good coverage. I'm also using this blush. It is the Armani Beauty blush. I'll link it. I don't know what color this is. What is the band thickness of your engagement ring? Or did you mean my wedding band? Regardless, ring details. I have a round 1.6 carat diamond with 18K gold for my engagement ring, and then my wedding band. Let me look up ring details because I don't really remember. So this wedding band is a 14K yellow gold 0.5 carat angled common prong diamond eternity ring. I ended up choosing this really dainty one because I just loved how it paired with this ring. and I have no regrets. Maybe I'll regret the eternity band later in life because eternity bands, you can't resize them, but I really love how it looks. No regrets so far, but we'll see later down on the road. I'm gonna use this Peri Para eyeshadow palette. I got a lot of questions about social media and whether I would ever quit my job and do social media full time. I thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. I don't think I'm gonna do that anytime soon because I do want to keep working my corporate job as well, at least for the time being. But I have considered it just because I feel like I could be doing so much more, and I feel bad that I produce kind of mediocre content in my opinion because I'm always on a time crunch, and I feel like right now quantity is more important than quality. And so even with my YouTube videos, I wish I could be one of those YouTubers that have really cool vlogs with really cool footage and really good editing, and like I wish I had the time to really perfect my videos. But as you know, I'm like constantly 3-4 months behind on my content. I honestly end up sacrificing on quality in terms of the editing and footage and stuff like that. I wish I had the time to be able to produce more high quality content for you guys. I feel like I'm not consistent, I'm always behind, and it's just really bare minimum editing, which like I wish I could be more creative with that process, but I just don't have the time for it right now. So that was one thought that I did have. A lot of people are curious about how much I make off of YouTube, how much I make off of social media in general. I think that's a personal question, but I don't really mind sharing. Let's just say I could quit my full-time job if I wanted to, and I would be okay. But I do really like the financial security of having a paycheck every 2 weeks. If you look at my social media income on like an annual basis, I make enough money to be able to quit my full-time job. But on like a realistic day-to-day, the money is not consistent. Like for example, 1 month I might not have any income, and then the next month I might have the best month of my life. It's not something I want to rely on, especially with a mortgage. I don't really understand it. I don't really agree with it, but when you do a brand deal, you'll sign a contract and then you'll deliver and go live and you're like done performing all your obligations, but you won't get paid for another 30, 60, or 90 days. Even though you've already performed all your obligations, like they're not gonna pay you sometimes for 3 months. And so the income just is not consistent enough for me to be ready to quit my job, if that makes sense. Are you CPA qualified yet? Actually, yes, I am. I finally got all of my license stuff processed recently. For your background, I passed my CPA exams like 2 years ago at this point, but then after you pass all 4 exams, you also have to do an ethics exam. I passed that, and then you need to do like a year's worth of experience, and then that I kind of got lazy and I kept pushing it off because you need to allocate all your hours to these different subject lines. That process took a long time, and you need to get all these different approvals from your managers, partners, like everyone. And then it gets sent to the California board to get your license process. And so I held off on that process, even though I already had all my hours at that point. But I finally did it like a couple months ago, and then it got processed and I officially got my CPA license. I have like the whole certificate and everything. And I think I got it like 2 weeks ago. So that is very exciting. So yes, I am officially Sally Hyunju Kim, comma, CPA. Please share your workout routine. I don't really have that much of a routine, but I do go to the gym and lift maybe twice a week at best. I sometimes skip gym day because I can get lazy. And I usually split the week to do upper body and lower body. So one day I'll do lower body, and so I'll focus on legs, and I'll lift, so I'll do all the machines, I'll do the squats. I honestly just follow Paul and he tells me what to do. And then on my upper days, I'll hit back, chest, triceps, shoulders. And I usually try to do at least 1 to 2 exercises per muscle. I used to do yoga a lot, but I do think that lifting makes the biggest difference. I would say I feel stronger and I see like improvements more physically. I definitely would recommend going to the gym and lifting, even though it could be a little intimidating. Go with someone who knows what they're doing. Are you guys planning on having kids anytime soon? Nope, not at all. We want to enjoy our marriage without kids for some time. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that we got a new puppy. I feel like I have a newborn son because he is quite the handful. So no, we are not gonna have kids anytime soon. Have you noticed a shift before and after you got married? Okay, I have a confession. Paul and I actually eloped way back in December of 2021. And so technically, we've already been married legally for some time now. I feel like there really hasn't been much of a difference post-wedding, like wedding ceremony. Nothing really changed in our lives. We were already moved in together. We were already technically legally married. And so it's been really good. I think it's been, if anything, better because we're not as stressed out and we like have more time to spend with one another. Going on date nights, we have a new puppy, so we're like raising a new child together. And yeah, life has been really good. Maybe I'll add in a clip of our actual wedding day back in December. Come in here really quickly.
The video?
We got married! I don't think I'm gonna publicize that I'm married or anything, but it's for the memes.
We're married.
Favorite part of the house? Honestly, I would say it is the kitchen, which is kind of ironic because I don't really cook often, but I just love how the kitchen ended up. We completely demolished and updated the whole kitchen, and so I was able to choose every single element of the kitchen design. If you guys watch the vlog, you know, like I chose the countertops, I chose the paint colors, I chose the backsplash. There was a lot of different decisions that were made to create that kitchen, and so it is my favorite part of the house. This is the Clio Kill Lash Super Proof Mascara. I honestly really like this mascara. Favorite part of marriage so far? One is just always being with your partner, like you're living with your best friend, and I think that's so fun. And always having a buddy to do life with. I almost never have to eat alone. I never go to the gym alone. I always have someone to do something with, and I think that's the best part and my favorite part of marriage so far. How do you handle stress? I am probably not a good person to ask. I freak out and I get really paralyzed when I have too much to do. So I'll have like a day of just like nothing because I can't get myself to do anything because I'm so stressed out. And then the next day I will feel really guilty that I didn't get anything done, and then I'll start getting really productive. I just kind of suck it up and get through my to-do list and try to emotionally detach from my stress and go on like autopilot mode and get like tasks finished. I don't think it's the healthiest coping mechanism. I've never used my Rare Beauty lip products yet, but I hear so many good things about it. I am using the shade Wise in both the lip pencil and the lipstick. See how my curls ended up. Very nice. Share information about the new puppy, the story behind it. Paul and I have been talking about getting a new dog for quite some time now. We knew we wanted to do it after we got married, and probably pretty soon within the first year of our marriage. or so we thought, because we wanted to get Emma a friend. So it wasn't like a completely rash decision. A week into marriage, Paul was just scrolling on his TikTok For You page and he found a video of someone selling their golden retriever puppies, and they were local in Orange County, and so he sent that to me and was like, babe, let's go. In my perspective, like, we were just a week into marriage. We had just come back from San Diego. I've been pushing off a lot of my personal responsibilities because wedding planning was just so much to handle on its own, and there was still so much left to do in the house, and I didn't feel prepared for it, and I was like, there's absolutely no way we're getting a dog. I didn't think it was a wise decision. I still don't think it was a very wise decision, but Paul convinced me to go visit the puppies, and he kept saying, you know, we're just gonna visit, we're not gonna buy them, like, we're just gonna play with them and we can leave. So we ended up going to that person and meeting all the little puppies. There were like 5 golden retrievers, and we ended up staying there for like 2 hours because I could not make a decision. My head was saying absolutely not, like, that is not wise, but my heart fell in love with Ollie. After like 2 hours of deliberation, I was holding Ollie, and I literally felt like I was gonna cry because my heart was just so torn. And then we ended up walking out with the dog. So that's how it happened, and now we have 2 dogs in the house. I was trying to go for a really simple everyday makeup look, but my lips are a bit too dark. How do you and your now husband approach conflict? Naturally, the way we both deal with conflict is to avoid it, and so like Paul and I will both not talk about the issue, but we've been getting better at our communication skills and being just more timely of like when we bring things up. And I think living together, it helps because when you're in bed, you'll just talk things out, and a lot of the times we will resolve any conflicts that arose during the day when we're both in bed together and just having like a heart-to-heart, you know? I think we've been getting better at communicating. Before we got married, we did do like premarital counseling with our pastor, and I think that was really helpful. Just talking through what your different love languages are, how to communicate better, like what your tendencies are, and honestly just like having a space where you could really talk about difficult questions was really beneficial for us. How did you feel before and after your wedding? Before the wedding, like literally the morning before the wedding, when we were driving down to San Diego, I was so stressed out. I was honestly regretting everything and thinking, dang, I should have eloped. Like, this is gonna be a disaster. But the wedding day was honestly so perfect, and after the wedding, I was in complete bliss. I was on such a wedding high. I was texting all my friends, looking at all like the iPhone pictures and videos that everyone sent me, and just reliving my wedding day. I think honestly the whole week after the wedding, I kept going back to pictures and videos and trying to relive that day because I had such a blast. I thought I would regret spending so much money and like planning and all that stuff, but it was so worth it, and I had just such a good time. I think it's just crazy to process and think about how you literally invited every single person in that room. You know, like you look out and you're like, wow, I know everyone here. Like everyone here is so important to me, to Paul, to our relationship. And it was just such a special day. I want to do it again. I want to get married again. It was so much fun. What's the next big thing for you after the wedding and buying a home? Well, Ollie was the big thing, but I think right now we have nothing, which I am so excited about because I have been looking forward to the day I have nothing to do. We have no major events to think about in the near future, and I'm really excited to just live normal routine life with Paul without having to think about big life decisions. And so this is definitely going to be a new chapter in our lives of just hopefully more peace, more routine, more everyday life. I Alright, I think those are all the questions that I'm going to answer today. This is the final makeup look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, got to learn a little bit about me, and I will see you in the next